Oh, what are you doing?
What do you mean, what am I doing? I'm playing with the new blue collar Cabover we're giving away through today, through the end of the month. All you have to do is go to brucewilsonshop.com to get entered. And we're gonna do a random drawing on every person that's made a purchase on the website, whether it be a little one or a big one, you get entered to win this sweet, kind of a replica RC truck. Looks like blue collar. It's 3 speeds, so first, look, second, third, boom. You got 3 gears. You got 5th wheel, big sound. And it comes with 2 batteries and a charger. Go to brucewilsonshop.com, grab some merch, get entered in to win the blue collar RC Cabover. Well, guys, we're back out here gonna get the black truck, my first truck, one of the first ones I ever bought. Running again. Lake has been working on it. We got new batteries put in this thing, all new battery cables. He has done a ton of work getting this thing in what I would call tip-top shape, ready to be fired back up again. And this engine has never been started. So Brad bought this engine, had it put in the truck, and it had never been started in like 2 years. So it's a brand new engine, been here for 2 years. We're gonna have to watch oil pressure, things like that. Should have some assembly lube in it, but right now is the moment of truth here. Did it click over or anything at all when you tried it?
I didn't try nothing.
Ready? Batteries are dead. New batteries. They probably had the hood open on it, didn't notice that light was on. So we'll put the jump box on here, see if she turns over. We've got a couple intercooler pipes we got to hook up still yet. So we got a few things we have to button up, but it'd be nice to at least get in the shop out of the freaking hot sun here in Florida. It's just like 90,000 degrees here right now, and see what we can figure out. Brand new battery cables. If anybody has ever messed with a Dodge truck, you know how crappy the battery cables are. And these are crappy. Should we double check the oil again?
Yeah.
So I think it probably still has the break-in oil from D&J in it still. Yeah, she's fully nice, clean, clear oil. Don't need that anymore. So it's got electric fans on it. We're gonna hook those back up still. I probably would rather honestly just go to like a stock fan assembly and be done with it, but all right, hook it up. Let's see what happens. All right, round 4, I got 2 jump boxes. Something does not have voltage somewhere, because these things, see us, they're not making a connection. Good. Wait for it to go solid. There it is. Spinning over. I don't like that we don't see oil pressure yet, but that may just be a coincidence. But we got an injector line loose right here. I've got to get in here and tighten up somehow. This vent tip off here. Cat hair everywhere.
Cat hair?
Yeah.
Why?
Brad's house, I'm sure. He's got like 5 cats. Alright, so what we're going to do is pull this intake off, which we need to address the intercooler boot issue first. We'll get this out of the way and get that ejection line. It needs to be tightened up, maybe. so much cat hair in here, it's insane.
My allergies about to go bad.
There's that. Now we can tighten this line up. Ridge right there. Here's the line that was loose. Probably an honest mistake, just putting all these on here. Sometimes you forget to tighten a line up. This is a high pressure fuel system, and whenever you don't have all the injection lines loose, none of them work. So hopefully we don't find any more loose, because the rest of them are not very easy to get to either. Don't tell me they're all loose. God, I hope they're not all loose. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. There it is, we got oil pressure. Let it idle for a couple minutes, we'll shut her back down. Maybe it'll be a 24mm winch. That was on the intake, but fall in.
That would not be good.
Another fuel leak right here. I have a cracked injection line. Get the shop. Now let's see if it'll move. They put some power steering fluid inside brakes. All right, so what we're gonna have to do is basically take the valve cover back off, take the injection lines off, go through and torque them all down to exact spec where they're supposed to be. When you get these engines from D&J, none of them are, there's no fuel lines, no rockers, no push rods, no nothing in them. So you put all that stuff in there yourself. I'm sorry, they have rockers, but no injectors or injection lines. So all that's been put on here. I don't remember who did it for Brad. I don't think he did it, but it's just stuff I have to go through and just double check. So we're gonna get it figured out. I hate working on someone else's stuff.
It's yours.
I know it's mine now, but I just, I don't miss working on trucks. They're all All right, we're putting some mystery sauce in here. Blake, go start it up right quick. So it's got a lot of check engine lights. I have so much to go through on this thing. That back one. So what we're doing now is we're gonna pull this thing Need to find a tray to put all the hardware in. Pull the valve cover off of it. That's the easiest way to get into that fuel rail and see what's going on. We may just go and put a whole new rail and injection lines on. This thing's been on and off. It's had a few head jobs done in the past. It just needs to be done right. And this bolts are stripped. Oh, that's how you fix it.
You broke.
Put a different valve cover on it. That's new, so don't throw that away. All right. Next, need a 10 millimeter. You got that ratchet wrench thing? That you have? There it is somewhere. Back there, those back bolts. This wrench is pretty sweet. Get it off of there. All right, this valve cover off here. This nice engine deserves a, oh, well, that's just great too. Wow. Oh no. Plus, that's just how the new oil looks. We're gonna need to drain the oil out of it too. Well, either that or water. It's got some, looks a little milky.
Just a little.
Oh yeah, it does. So, well, I guess let's drain the oil. All right, there's our injector harness. That's something that's probably still good. So this truck's got 85% over S&S injector tips on it, and the injectors, whenever we originally put them in this truck, were gone through, checked over, and rebuilt. It's got big old head studs in it too. Look at that, big daddies. All right, what do we need here? We need to get this injector rail off here. So start busting all these injection lines loose. You need to get a 10 millimeter swivel. I'll show you what I'm talking about. These rail is just in terrible shape. Oil. Dipstick out of the way. All right, so we're pulling these injector lines off. See how hard it is? These things should just spin right off. Ooh. So it makes me wonder if the connector tubes are bad. Yeah, to see, look, check this. See how they're all corroded and nasty on the tips there? These things should be the cleanest thing in this engine. And they ain't. They ain't. This one connector tube should tell us about everything we need to know about the rest of them. Yeah, see all the rust around that thing right there? It's not good. So, all the rust in the tip of that connector tube there. So what we're gonna do, before I pull them all off, I'm gonna try and order all new connector tubes, new injector rail, injection lines. Make sure this thing is tip-top shape. So Lake, pull these fans out of here for me. Yep. Pull this intake off the turbo, and then we'll go from there. All right, so Lake got the fans, everything out of here. We're getting this washer fluid. Yeah, you gotta pull the.
Probably the operating.
No, you gotta push this thing out. Nope. This right here. Yeah, let's get around this thing. Pops loose. No, big one.
Oh, the whole thing.
Yeah. Anyways, get the valve cover off, got all the injector lines off of here. You can see right there. We're gonna pull the fuel filter off next. We're gonna be doing a fuel filter delete plate because we're gonna be putting a fast fuel system on here. I think this is gonna be like my daily very soon. We're ordering a whole new second gen swap, getting rid of this turbo. So if anybody's interested in this BD manifold, turbo, downpipe, intercooler pipe, feed and drain lines, drop me an email, brucewilsonshop.com, and sell the whole thing for 1,500 bucks. That's like a deal. This stuff's like $3 grand right there, new. The fans are gonna sell. I don't know if they work or not, but 100 bucks if someone wants them things. This intake right here, we're gonna get rid of that boy for like 100 bucks. We're gonna put a different intercooler pipe on the other side that fits, because that one doesn't fit. So, get this thing in top shape, because it's probably gonna be my daily driver here very soon. So, and we're gonna put a factory fan, factory AC clutch on here, and shroud. I think there's one out back that may or may not work. We gotta go find it. They pulled it out of the red burnout truck, so I need to walk out there and find that thing right quick. And then real quick, so this is a video about us getting this thing going, but it's also, we're selling stuff. So these wheels and tires, these are an 18 by 12 fuel, what are those?
Hostages.
Hostages. They don't make the 18 by 12s anymore. They're pretty wide wheel. I like them, they're pretty slick. But these are the ones I put on here like 10 years ago.
They look like a negative 44 offset.
Yeah, they probably are. The tires on the front, these things are like 80% tread. Tires on the rear are like every bit of 100. I think they're brand new. They need a good cleaning. There's like brake dust and stuff on them. They may need to be repowder coated. I don't know, but they need a good cleaning. 1,500 bucks, tires and wheels. That's a deal. If they fit Nick's Ford, they'd probably already be on it.
Pretty much.
And stacks. We're gonna go to regular exhaust. We're gonna de-bro this truck. It's gonna get unbroed. So these are bro stacks on here. So these are made by SoFlo Diesel. My buddy Lincoln built these things. I don't think that they build them anymore. These boys are for sale. They need to be repowder coated, but 500 bucks. I know that may be a lot, but you cannot buy them anywhere. And they're slick. They've got a 4-inch pipe that comes into the bottom and goes to dual stacks. And we got these Baja fiberglass fenders right here. We took off there, they're ready to bolt on to your truck. Just paint them, a couple $100, let me know. So that's what we got for sale coming off, saying all that money is to recoup and fix this boy up so that we can get it running and driving, since I'm getting rid of the TRX. So here's the third gen part, here's the third gen bumper, this is the intercooler radiator we pulled out. Ooh, this fan shroud might work. So that's the part that bolts to the engine.
I almost fell too.
I don't know which way, I think that's the way it goes right there. So I think that'll work. Then we just need the plastic that goes on the radiator, which I don't think is on here anymore. No, it's not. Alright, so we have to order one piece of this fan shroud and the upper mounts that bolt here. I think they're the same. I need to do some research. Comment down below if anybody knows about Cummins stuff. There's a 5.9 common rail Cummins, a 6.7 common rail Cummins. Fan shroud's the same. I'm not sure if they're or not. It's been a long time since I've tinkered with them things. We gotta clean this lift up. Boy, it's dirty. Here's the old transmission for the flat nasty.
Whoa.
You need to put a fresh piece of plastic on there before that boy gets dirty. Okay guys, we're back here the next day. You've seen Lake's been doing a lot of work on this thing, getting the exhaust off. I'm just gonna put some nice 4-inch exhaust coming out the back on it, get rid of those stacks. So drop me an email if you guys are interested in any of this stuff. The turbo kit is sold. So fella will be here later today or tomorrow to pick it up. So we're gonna get this turbo kit off of here. So it's a 467.7 turbo that's on there now. We're gonna end up going with like a 472, something a little bit bigger than what's on there now, to complement the injector. So it's got 85% over injectors like I had mentioned. And it's also got a 10mm injection pump. SNS I think is what's on there. So we've got the intercooler pipe off of here. Next we've just got to get the turbo off of here and the exhaust manifold, because that's what that feller's getting. So we've got a Steed Speed manifold going to go on this boy. It's going to be cool. It's going to be fresh. Need a 1/2 or 9/16 ring. Oh, that boy wasn't even tight either. Jeez.
What was it tight?
The freaking feed line on the turbo. Alright, there's the feed line, put down there with a pile of stuff. This fitting's gonna have to come out of here. That's gonna go to the feller that's getting the kit. We need all these parts. That'll have 5/8 inch. Hang on a second, Lake. There you go. Ooh, turbo sharp.
Oh yeah.
Alright. We may have to pull it out from the top, because that cross member down there. So right now Lake's removing the down pipe out of there. So Like I just need to get a, just wait, we'll get the turbo off, and then let's pull it out the top.
I'm letting the stack soak in UV gloves because
Alright.
it's like welding.
Grab me a 15 millimeter wrench and a 16 millimeter wrench, please. Oh, I lied, it's bigger than a 16.
Smaller than this.
Dead blow. Rubber mallet hammer. Get these bolts off this turbo here. So we were back in the old days, AHD days, we were working on stuff. I didn't have a cameraman.
Oh, really?
Or kinda. I had a tripod. And lots of time lapses. That's all I did was time lapse every time lapse.
Really?
Yeah.
Makes it a little easier.
Split this center section off of here, make it a lot easier to just turn on.
Woo! Almost lost the hand.
Who did? You did?
Yeah. For the viewers, this is almost 3D.
There we go. Still have that feed tube down in there, a drain pipe we have to get out. These usually pull right out the side of the block. That boy's in there. We'll set that down there out of the way for now. Let's get this exhaust manifold and everything up here. Alright, here's our exhaust housing. The turbo. So once we get the center section out of there, we'll put it all back together for the fella. He can do with it what he wants. This downpipe out of here. Should be able to pull it up through, maybe.
There you go. Boy, it's long.
Yep. One downpipe out. Alright, now let's see if we can get the turbo center section. That drain out of the block. Get this one there. Plus that one's screwed in. Alright, so I've got all the exhaust manifold bolts out here. It's a BD manifold. It's not, really honestly isn't a bad manifold, but I just really like Steed speed, so that's what we're going to be putting on here. And they are like a billet steel manifold. Oh, there it is. Right there, son. One old crappy. See, this one is also what's called a 30-degree manifold, which isn't really popular. It's mainly used for twin turbo kits. So what we've got coming is a true 45 manifold. It's going to give us a lot more clearance on this side of the engine too. Ooh, look at them head. Boy, that thing ported smooth. Nice. All right, so we've got this side basically stripped down. We'll get all these old gaskets out. Well, old new, they were brand new, but we're going to something different. So we'll get all these old gaskets off here, get these stainless studs out of the head if they'll come out, hopefully. It doesn't look like any never sees or anti-seize was used. So they may be an issue coming out of there. All right, turbo drain out. See that boy right there? Had a little bit of silicone on it. What that does, it basically slides right down the block and seals up. So this is going to go back there, just like that. We'll gather all the parts and pieces for this fella coming to get it. And here you go. Now I've got the Allen wrench on the end of this boy. We'll go studs out of here. I want to give these to the new turbo kit owner. So just a little bit more information about this engine. It's a D&J Street Series. So it's got stock Cummins pistons in it, but it does have D&J, excuse me, billet rods. It's got a stage 1 head, which is a stock head, but it's ported exhaust and ported intake ports. It's got D&J push rods. It's got D&J valve springs. It's got the giant 12 millimeter head studs there. So it's good for like 12 to 1300 horsepower conservatively, you know, with no great big boost. So we're gonna put a little bigger turbo on here and let it breathe and see how long that 68 RFE lasts. That's an old Suncoast transmission. It's about the third one that's been rebuilt and put in here with Brad's driving, so maybe I can make it last a little bit longer, we'll see. If not, I have to upgrade that boy to a Randy's transmission. Much better quality. Oh! I do not miss laying over trucks and my gut getting hurt. All right, everything is off turbo related on this side. We're gonna get the everything covered up in the top up here. Potential spam, we're not dealing with spam today. Cover all this up top. I got a new D&J billet aluminum valve cover coming for it. We're gonna dress this boy up. It's gonna look good, it's gonna run good. It's just gonna be a top-notch runner. Get these rags put over the valve cover here. I made some phone calls. They said that that color of oils, they said there's a tiny bit of moisture in it, but nothing to worry about. So get it covered up and wait for parts to start showing up, and we will get this thing ready to rip. We got a different intake manifold going on it too. So lots of cool parts, well-deserved parts to this thing. It's not on there yet, but it's coming. Fuel filter delete, like I said, we'll put a FAS on it. So our next video on this truck will probably be in about a week and a half to 2 weeks when all the parts are showed up and are ready to be installed. We get this thing painted too.
What color?
Same color, of course. It's a really cool color. When I first got this truck and it was in like brand new condition, had 60,000 miles on it. It was nice, like the paint is just beautiful. Get the back of this head all covered up. Don't want nothing falling inside that engine that don't need to be there. Fuel lines should be okay. We've got a whole new rail and injector lines coming. So, see how Lake's coming along with this stack. We're trying to get a stack of them. I ordered so much this thing. 4-inch exhaust, so we're gonna be putting a straight 4-inch exhaust out the back. Should sound really good. All right, pull that boy out. Lake's been here cutting this elbow off. I put that thing back there on a, put it on like 5 or 6 years, but hell, it's been a long time. 7 or 8 years ago. Boom, there you go.
Tetanus.
Hey, buy it once, I'm 500 bucks. If I powder coat will make it look nice and pretty again, be about 900. Think that's too much?
I think about 250.
I think it look good.
You can't get them. No one makes them. Yeah, you can make your own, but you have like 400 bucks in materials, so then you might as well just buy these. You get dirty for once. Cameraman never gets dirty.
I get my hands dirty.
Yeah, you are a dirty person.
You can see this.
So, other than we didn't come up with a name for this truck. I'm going to keep it a
Nasty.
little Black Nasty. That sounds bad, Ryan. No. Let's call it Big Black. Never mind. All right, so let us know. Comment down below. What do we name the truck? So what we're doing now is taking the front wheel or front spacers out of the front. So I'm going to be dropping this boy down and making it look like a factory, like stock truck. So that's about all we've got going right now. We've got the turbo kit ordered, all kinds of parts coming, but it's going to be a few weeks before everything comes here and we get it all together. Update, our wheelie tractor. We broke reverse, you guys seen the last video. There's a shift fork that goes into the bottom that moves back and forth, and it was broke. So I ordered a new one. Nick got this thing all tore apart when we were out of town. That's the only thing that's down on the old wheelie mud machine here. We should take it to Rancho.
Oh yeah.
Rancho's right down the road. So yeah, that's pretty much what we got going. Next video dropping will be with Blue Collar. We have a cool Will It Start coming up with Jimmy's World this weekend. We're getting back to our roots, guys. Well, that's a wrap for today's video, guys. Make sure you go to brucewilsonshop.com. Like I said at the beginning of the video, every single purchase gets you entered to win Mini Blue Collar. She's a 3-speed gearbox unit, so it's got 1, 2, 3 for all that heavy hauling you're going to be doing. And if you're just trying to cruise down the road, these rear ends are like, got little spools in them, so they're all, but look at that. Little dry shafts, transmission, got some fuel tanks. It's just freaking sick. And it's got real like dually semi wheels on it. Yep. So they're steel. Are they steel? They're steel, right? Yeah.
It's aluminum.
Yeah, something like that. So pretty slick little rig. Comes with a remote and everything else. Go to brucewilsonshop.com. Grab your merch. Link in description. Y'all smash the like button, comment down below, and name for old black truck back there, and subscribe. See you on the next video. Peace.